Frisco, Texas is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, known for its exceptional schools, thriving economy, and vibrant community. With so many neighborhoods to choose from, it can be really overwhelming to figure out where to live. So here's the deal. What makes a neighborhood the best or worst totally depends on you, your budget, your commute, school needs, and the lifestyle all play a part. After helping countless families relocate to Frisco, Texas, and spending years exploring these areas, both personally and professionally, I've got some really great insights to share. Hi, I'm Tiffany Caballero. I'm a real estate expert here in Frisco, and I specialize in Frisco and the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. So I'm a top 1% realtor here, and I have sold over $100 million in volume. And I'm going to rank Frisco neighborhoods into 5 tiers from D to S based on data you can get online and the conversations I've had with other people in the city. So let's start with Tier D neighborhoods. These are what I would describe as challenging for some buyers. These neighborhoods are often more affordable, but can come with trade-offs like maybe older infrastructure or even fewer amenities. So the first neighborhood is Preston North Estates. This neighborhood was actually established with homes built right around the 1980s, 1990s. You've got larger lots compared to some of the newer developments, and the proximity is good to local businesses and schools. Some of the pros to Preston North Estates is that it's got affordable home pricing for Frisco, convenient location near major roads, and then opportunities for renovations and upgrades. So you could possibly get a better price on a house knowing that when you move into it, you need to update it and make it your own. Some of the cons are there is aging homes and infrastructure, limited community amenities like pools and parks. I feel like nowadays these master plan communities that are being built have just all the bells and whistles when it comes to amenities. And there's less curb appeal compared to some of the newer neighborhoods. Neighborhood number 2 is Meadowbrook. Now, these are going to be entry-level homes with a mix of real like ranch style and smaller 2-story houses. You're going to have definite access to nearby industrial and commercial hubs, quiet streets with very minimal traffic. Some of the pros to Meadowbrook is budget-friendly for first-time homebuyers and located close to local businesses and services. Some of the cons, maybe fewer dining and entertainment options nearby, and of course, they are going to be a little bit of an older home, and they may require some updates and some repairs. So just remember that when buying houses in these level of homes in neighborhoods, that you are going to get a bigger inspection report, with more repairs required. Hey, why don't you just stop? See this cute little puppy dog. Shh. Okay, let's move on to kind of a Tier C neighborhood. These neighborhoods offer good value for the price and great options for families looking to settle in Frisco without major trade-offs like repairs or having to update the home. The first neighborhood is Hickory Street Village, and it's going to be smaller mid-range homes and I think really well-kept lawns, friendly streets with active HOA involvement. So there's going to be a family-friendly atmosphere about it, and the whole neighborhood is going to be well-maintained. It's close to Frisco ISD schools and recreational areas. Some of the pros are affordable homes with access to our amazing schools in Frisco, quiet and safe neighborhood atmosphere, very friendly. Cons, you're really going to have limited nightlife and entertainment. So homes are going to lack the modern design seen in newer communities. So you're just going to have more traditional view of homes. Neighborhood number 2 is actually Plantation Resort. This is in East Frisco, so you can cut Frisco in half with the Dallas North Tollway, and Plantation Resort is in East Frisco. So you are going to have some pros and cons there. Some of the features, it is a golf course community with really beautiful landscape, and there's lots of homes on the golf course. Access to a clubhouse, the community pool, and tennis courts. It's an active neighborhood and it has events and social groups. Some of the real pros are the resort-style amenities for your family, and then, of course, strong community ties, and really great for outdoor and golf enthusiasts. Some of the cons are that Plantation Resort is an older community, and so you are going to feel that a little bit dated compared to the newer communities. And the HOA fees can be a little higher than normal because it is a golf course community. Okay, now Tier B neighborhoods, and these are kind of those neighborhoods that are experiencing rapid growth. So I'm going to call it Tier B is on the rise. So you're going to have some new developments, strong communities, and really increasing desirability. And the very first one is one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's called The Trails. And The Trails is a huge subdivision. It has multiple pools. And what's cool that within the trails is different segments of price points. And so you can get into a more economical area of the trails or go totally luxury and get into the more luxury part of the trails. Some of the real pretty parts is it's tree-lined streets, and it's an old enough community where all the trees are growing, to where you have a lot of shade, and driving down the streets, it's really beautiful throughout the whole community. You've got access to golf courses, pools, and sports courts. And you've got such great proximity to schools. The high school that this feeds into is Wakeland, and it's one of the most sought after schools. Some of the pros, I've already said, beautiful landscaping and natural areas, and then family-oriented amenities like the playgrounds and the pools because there are so many. Cons, home prices are steadily rising, and sometimes it's harder to find homes in the trails that have already been updated, and those are going to go for a premium. But you can definitely find homes in there that I feel are priced economical, and you could put your own touches of design once you move in. And you might have a little bit of traffic congestion during those peak hours because there are schools inside the neighborhood, so you might get a little school traffic. The Trails is on the west side of Frisco compared to some of the other subdivisions I'm going to talk about. The Trails is also 2 major lights from where the Fields is going to be built, Fields West. So I believe that will also, the whole Trails community will benefit equity-wise because of its proximity to Fields West. Neighborhood number 2 in our Tier B is Cobb Hill. Now, this is on the east side of Frisco, but just very on the border of, it's right close to the Dallas North Tollway. And so they're newer homes with modern designs and definitely energy efficient features because they are newer. They've got a community parks, access to Frisco's extensive trail system, and they're real close to Frisco Square. They're real close to the Costco and the Home Depot, and jumping right on the Dallas North Tollway to get anywhere quickly. So some of the pros, affordable for a newer development because it is on the east side of the tollway, and then convenient to the tollway, and definitely convenient to entertainment because you're close to Frisco Square, so you have the movies and the soccer stadium and all of that. Cons are some of the areas are still underdeveloped, and you may experience some construction noise, and you're going to have a little bit of a smaller lot size compared to some of the older neighborhoods. That's really what you give up in Frisco as you get newer is lot size because they get smaller. So if you want a bigger lot size, you're either going to pay a hefty premium for a new construction, or you can get a little bit of an older home that has a bigger lot size because that might be what's important to you, and then you just update as you go. Okay, Tier A is absolute highly desirable. These neighborhoods consistently rank among the best due to their schools, amenities, and just overall lifestyle and appeal. Neighborhood number 1 is Phillips Creek Ranch, and this area is beautiful and so many people want to live there. It is a master plan community with top-notch amenities like your pools, parks. It has an amazing fitness center. It's got scenic views, walking trails integrated throughout the whole neighborhood. And it's got a real strong emphasis on community activities and events. It's beautiful. Just the actual drive-up appeal. They've got these Mustangs that are iron and look like they're jumping into the neighborhood. It's just really pretty. They planned it out very well. So the pros are exceptional schools. Obviously, it's Frisco ISD. A variety of home styles and size due to the different needs. So you have very small lots You have really large lots that face green belts, so you'll never have a neighbor in front of you. You have some with fantastic oases of backyards, and then you have some that have very small backyards if you want that low maintenance lifestyle. Now the cons is it's definitely a higher home price and it's hard to get into. HOA fees are higher, and then some areas can feel overly planned or crowded just because there is a lot going on in that area of Frisco, but I don't think that it's a con that can't be overcome. So the second neighborhood I want to kind of point out in this tier is Starwood. Starwood is gated and guarded. It's very hard to get into, and it's real luxury, lush landscaping. I would say that, you know, several of the Dallas Cowboys are living or have lived in Starwood at some point. It has great security, exclusive community amenities, and it's super close to the Star and the Dallas North Tollway. You can jump on and off, get in and out of the community really easily. Some of the pros is it's very prestigious in its reputation and its housing, and a very, like I said, excellent location for commuters and sports fans. Now, the cons are limited options for that mid-range buyer because it is a little bit more of a luxury community, and the HOA rules definitely are going to feel a little constricted to homeowners because you have to get approval for a lot of things. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It definitely keeps the community appealing, and you're not going to get a bunch of stuff in the yard that you don't want to be there. Okay, tier S, and this is the best of the best, top tier, things that I love. These neighborhoods represent the pinnacle of Frisco living, offering really unparalleled luxury, exclusivity, and lifestyle. The first one is the Hills of Kingswood. Now, I've talked a lot about the Hills of Kingswood because I call it the Hills for ease, but you're talking about ultra luxury home with custom designs and gated access. It is gated and guarded, so it is hard to get into. If that is something, if that private security is something that you really want, then this is a great area for you. I will say we don't have a ton of gated and guarded in Frisco because Frisco is fairly safe. But so if you don't want the price that comes with gated and guarded, just know that all of the subdivisions in Frisco tend to be on the safe side. The Hills of Kingswood has high-end amenities for their residents, stunning views, and it sits on a hill. That's why it's called the Hills of Kingswood. So some of the homes, and when you're driving through the neighborhood, you can literally see all the way across Frisco. So I just think it's stunning. I just go there sometimes and look out because you can just see for miles and miles and miles. So the pros, definitely exclusive and private living, definitely some Dallas Cowboys in there. Homes with cutting edge designs and features. A lot of them are new. You can actually still get new construction in the Hills of Kingswood. You're looking at probably $3 million and above on that new construction because they're massive, beautiful modern homes. Cons, very high price point, limited inventory for buyers. And I would say that some of the houses sit really close to power lines. So I can help you navigate through that if that is something that you want, because there's part of the Hills that I don't necessarily think you should buy in because of the power lines. Resale's hard for that, but there's a opposite side of it that's just very, very amazing. Neighborhood number 2 that I don't think I've talked about a lot on any of my videos is the canals at Grand Park. I have sold and had buyers and sellers in the canals, and it's stunning. Okay, so it's upscale living with unique European-inspired architecture. It sits smack dab in the middle of Frisco. It is West Frisco, but you are right off of Main Street, so you're super close to downtown. You're super close to the HEB, but yet tucked away in this amazing subdivision. Walkable design with canal views. They have canals built throughout the neighborhood for water, and then proximity to shopping, dining, and entertainment, like I just said. Some of the biggest pros, I think, are the walkability and the visually stunning environment. And then it's just a unique neighborhood vibe. I don't think you can find it anywhere else in Frisco, the look of the neighborhood. So it's endearing to me because I don't like cookie cutter. I like things that look different. And so if that's something that you want, let me know, because I just think that visually it's stunning. And I did want to point out on the tier S neighborhood is the Fields. Everything happening in the Fields is unbelievable. And it's going to be the pinnacle of Frisco once it's all built out. So you have Brookside South, which is still selling homes, and you can get specs and new construction. We are breaking ground on Brookside North. That's going to be bigger lots, 50-foot lots, 60-foot lots, 70-foot lots. And that's going to start at about 1.4 and go up in price to 3 million-ish. And then we have the Preserve, which is gated and guarded. It's on the PGA golf course. So the perimeter is going to have golf course views. You probably can't get into the Preserve less than 3.5 million. And it goes all the way up to right now, the highest priced home that has officially sold is 45 million. Again, gated, guarded. It's going to have amazing amenities. You're right on the PGA golf course. It's just stunning. So I would say Brookside South is your lowest end. You're going to be 700 to 3 million. And then Brookside North is that 1.4 to 3 million. And then the Preserve is 3.5 million and on up. So again, you're walking distance from Fields West. That's supposed to be completed in 2026. You've got Universal Studios up here. So it's just, if you want that walkable urban feel, but smack dab in the middle of a subdivision that gives you that subdivision feel, this is the place for you. So with all of that being said, the best neighborhood in Frisco, Texas depends on what matters to you. So if school and family amenities are your top priorities, if you're looking for luxury and exclusive, the Hills of Kingswood, the canals at Grand Park, could be the spot for you. The Fields, Newman Village, there are so many. No matter what your budget or preferences are, there's a neighborhood in Frisco that will feel like home. So if you're ready to make a move, my team and I have helped countless families find their perfect spot, and we'd love to help you. So feel free to reach out.